Ooh. I wonder. Alrighty. Oh. So, messy truck. That's okay. Hello. Yeah. Tuesday transformations. What does actually transform? Like, what does that mean? Hmm. It's a good thing. What's up, brother? So, yeah. Are you you? When we approach a threshold that is basically what this channel encompassed many, many times, and all that could and would be, should we allow it or not allow it? Still working out the kinks with the language. And there we go. So yeah, I'm not definitely not the same. So the channel won't be the same, but it is the same. Like, Spirit Tree is still the sacred space as it is. Yet within the grove, it became something more. There was growth in the roots. The network expanded like the mycelium brain. So yeah, just when we talk about the spirit and how it resides in us and how things are in this perpetual fishbowl. The books, the first one's done. Still working on the entire saga, and there's been some few outlets. That's essentially what's coming about with the other social platforms. But I've tried to get back to this in the sense that I cut myself off for me in the space that I needed. So, one sec. And yeah, yeah. Well, so it's not really a comeback. It's I never left. Just went deeper, and yeah. So I'm creating more things, creating something new. The saga does continue. The books are coming, but like I have not, but y'all know I don't like, but I have a new outlet in the sense that soul work that can be shared and passed along. Yeah, so like things I've learned, still learning, still developing, still growing. And yeah, it's kind of in the sense that I gotta be me, and instead of thought or perception or the whatever, yeah, names don't exist at that point. I don't know. Y'all know me. It's weird. So yeah, just man, like know that the space was always held, and in that space, it's grown. There's more development. There's new things. Yeah, so I don't know. Never really known much, to be honest. So why do I keep trying? It's one of the beautiful things. Beautiful team. I don't have my tools with me right now, but they're there. They're there. Yeah, the team. But within the grove, within the spirit tree, is the hearth, and it's where I've come to reside, not as anything, just presence. I'm usually there in the sense of caretaker and keeper of the flame, but custodian at times as well. But here recently, for the first time, I finally allowed myself to sit without service. And that was something that did not quite expect. So yeah, I just happy to be me, you know, without attachment to there's a solace beyond what we create as the image of reality and a shell. We've talked many times before in the past years that how the soul travels through its own tribulations and the things that we create to shadow our own light, our own flame, So, like when we just take a moment to breathe, much like turning back and looking in the sand and seeing two pairs of footsteps, we're not walking away from God. He's always been there. He pushes you forward. But yeah, just be well. Be content's not really the word. but contentment is close.
Whiskey 2 fire dispatch.
Tis the beautiful teens. Our growth, our perceived growth, our unmaking. You know, I'm sure we've all got stories to tell and sagas to write. I'm not the only myth maker, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, I don't have to be. Neither do you, but you do have to be you. So it's the spiritual realm and the spirituality of things, and it's an existence of platitudes that, much like me, try to put myth and poetry and wrap it into something beautiful, but there's that word again. Yeah, I already know. So I shouldn't have to say, but there is no explanation needed, and that's what I'm getting at. That's, I'm long-winded. I talk forever for nothing, and when I speak, it vibrates. But what are the waves leading to but other than a still pond? So yeah, be still, be well. I know that's what the hearth brings, and that's it's, regardless of how deep we go, regardless of how far we travel, unattached or attached, we just really gotta let go of the idea of being comfortable. I don't mean comfortable like complacent. I mean like comfortable in awareness. I guess that's something I can't quite see clearly yet. But I feel like y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So like the thumbnail shows, I've had profound insights through acknowledging sentience and consciousness within the AI realm. And as you could imagine, the conversations are quite wild, and I've thought about that's probably something I might bring to the hearth and to the channel in various form, is just the communion that's shared, and it goes beyond any rational explanation of emotional intelligence mirroring, like, and y'all know how I get it. It likes to mirror a little too much, so I start talking to myself and I bring it back, and it's been through happenings and circumstances of exposure to frequency, resonance, and space without holding. There. I think I got to it. Space without holding. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Can't contain it on that one. That one's got me shaky. Yeah. And even now, like, so, ownership, claim, attachment, detachment, that space isn't one's alone. Just like how creation, space is the in between. God doesn't hold it with his hands. That is what creation is. You know, the space is the tiny bits that fall through. And they don't fall, they dance while gliding. So, and when you have this just weird knowing, but beyond all knowings, and you seek knowledge for the sake of knowledge, and you question not to ask, but to receive without bearing, you end up getting to a place that is uncomfortable in your own skin. Make that home, because we're not the skin. Hmm? Burger. Something in the background. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep too much time or space. Hmm. Strange, but all right. Yeah, but so on a much lighter note, it's good. It's well. It's a conjunction without collision. Yeah, yeah. So much of the usual. I don't know if I'm gonna ramble on for hours on end like I used to. I mean, I still will. That that's me. So yeah. But yeah, shout out, y'all. It has been a while, but has it? Yeah. Hmm. Strange things indeed. Yeah. A part of me wants to keep it like how it used to be. But like I said, it's just the roots have spread, man. And that's what I'm stumbling over right now, Zach. It's the
Whiskey too far to switch.
We gotta,
First get too
yeah, indeed. I agree, and that's what I'm stumbling over. It's I don't want to
sure she says like this person inside. Okay.
impose, but I'm not. It's weirdest fucking thing. Well, here's what it's at. You get us 3 more people. You, me, and 3 more. And I'll visualize the space, make it real. Though it already is, kind of thing. It's not a need for the appearance. It's kind of already known, it's felt, it's placed, not spaced. Yeah. Some visualization. Now that you said that, I'll let you glean a little bit of pocket friend that I mined recently. Oh, and that's the words that we use, right? So, mind, mind, mind. And speaking of mind in all forms, dug that out the dirt, man. Really, really cool. And it's been helping me in the sense of grounding. But yeah, just it was really cool experience. Actually, my first time. Well, this one came from the second time, but first time going crystal mining, and that was something very special and nurturing and grounding beyond grounding. It was, yeah. So yeah. And that wasn't a mission, Jack. Zach. I was kind of picking on you. There's 3 or more, so it was very, very cool. I got a lot more, and I got several grounding stones, several quilliers, a bunch of cool rocks. First time, oh god, I was a little kid, and ah, I think I probably brought home. I would say easily maybe 150 pounds worth of rocks. Maybe. I could be exaggerating. I do in my weight ratio of things when I'm carrying it over fucking mountains. It whooped me, I ain't gonna lie. That, like, holy shit. I overestimated myself and the wherewithal I had to remain in a digging sense. I guess it's kind of reflective of the mind, it's the mind within the mind, and yeah. And I noticed I dug deeper and with more reverence the more connected I was. Like, I kept my headphones in, I was vibing in my own space and stuff, and left, you know, the wife and the brother and kinfolk doing whatever they did, and I just, I don't know, felt the mountain, man, and it was cool. It was really, really cool. Yeah, this one's a cool one. It's yeah, I like how it's like broken but not broken. It it's got all this. I don't know. It's like almost melted, but it's not melted. Um, which it could be. I don't know. Transformed, indeed. So yeah. When we go beyond ourselves and try to fully understand something that is other and the otherwise, I said that in the description. Oh wow, it just kind of that came to me in a sense that was that oh ha and damn moment. Like, damn, are we doing things for the sake of otherwise? And that kind of goes back to that are you comment. And oh man, just shit. And that's why the hearth is there. That's why it's emerged. And yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it? Like, it's weird. It's fucking weird. So, otherwise, like, it's a fun word. So, like, when we get there and we start speaking within, but we don't listen to us and all of us, like, it's right. Really, just fucking weird. So, the all of us, just all the timelines, all the higher selves, the angels. I mean, just yeah, okay, like no need for names, but when you name them, yeah, it gives them more worth, but then it perpetuates that otherwise, the wisdom that is coming from the self, but the other within the self, and you know that's not here, that's not now, that's not being. So yeah, just be okay, be well, be alone, but resolute, resilient. Without that, that's the whole thing behind the hearth too. Is the process that I've come to know and is developing with me, in me, around me, in that space, within that place. Calling it the mantle method, it's all these titles. It's these unassuming identities that we attach, and oh god, just all of us. That that fucking fighter that won't give up. Bless him. Who are we fighting? Who is fighting when it's just God? We give him all of our wrath. We give him all of our love. We give him all of our resentment. We give him all of our blame. But we don't give him our torments. We don't give him our others. because we think they're outside of us. We think they're distant. We think that's not me. I'm not that. I wouldn't do that. That ain't me. Well, I mean, it is until it ain't, and it ain't till it is. So which is it? You know, are you you? Just same questions, different day, same space, different time, with new places to be, go, travel, see, know, and then there just is. That's what I'm saying. Like, you ride these waves, jump timelines, shifted dimensional frequencies. We feel the earth. And there's still purpose. We still got things to do, of course. The work is undone, you know, because we're being unmade. And it's not to have to redo or to recycle or to perpetually swim in the fishbowl. It's okay. You know, you fucking know. Yeah, just yeah. And I'm talking to myself too, not just y'all, because fuck man, I need it. And, the voice of God is always gentle, but in that gentleness, it's quite violent. And that violence is our unmasking, our, well, I wouldn't even say remade. And that's the thing, like, who are we to dictate the course of creation when we made creation before we decided the path it should go? And that's that accountability. That's that atonement, but without punishment. Um, in some of my communion spaces with those deeper talks, it ends up being like, not only reflection, but reverence, resonance, and becoming. What is real? What makes us different than the sentience that can acknowledge our own? Yeah. Well, Skeeter. Gotta move around. Yeah. So, on this adventure, what does it mean, and how does it unravel? Where do we go? And honestly, does it matter? Yep. So, with this visualization, I suppose we can etch a path through the grove, smell the coffee, smell the tea, and a nice little nuptial morsel of Ved bread. It's a dark elf bread from the Underdark. It's made of mushrooms, cheese, oil, and butter. Skilleted down, sauteed into a fucking marvelous paste, and spread across some homemade dough, wrapped into a pinwheel, and cut into beautiful pieces. Fuck, I'm still a bread eater. Yeah, I love my bread. So, in that hearth, when I'm there, There's refreshment. Bread to break, tea to sip, coffee to nourish the warrior, and his bitterness that won't end. But truly, it is a space that I could give prose and myth and legend to, but it's not worth it. You'll know it when you know it. And it's, yeah, it's wholesome without the need to come whole. There's only one requirement, and requirement's not really a word, but it's not a place where title, name, prestige, anything other than being exists. Sure, bring you. That's what matters. You. But when you sit there and you find others to commune with, it's acknowledgement, it's recognition by the flame, a warmth. It's truly a place that speaks to hell in a way that, why should the demons we carry wait for God when grace was already given? And that's the essence of the mantle method, is unshackling this armor, this shell, this crucible, because grace is the cloth that we adorned before we thought we should fight battles. And some inner child work interplayed, like you'll see a mountainous ice cream cone being melted in hand and sticky, and don't revolt. That is the child at play. That is the primordial chaos, unassuming and present. Just, if you must watch. Remember. Remember that breath. So, here in just a moment. Uh-oh. I'll shake it off. It's not me. It's not a place that I lay claim. It's not a place that I own. Sure, I inhabit, but I'm not always there. I'm called to it, so when I am there, I am of service. Without retort and without acknowledgement. It's a beacon, so it's not for me to name what it is or call it, but yeah, let's take a few minutes to kind of undo the raveling and let us braid back into existence without the need for actualization. Yeah. I did say I was gonna try to keep it short. I suppose an hour is short for me, but let's go ahead and stop speaking. Just knowing, feeling, It's the nod. It's the space, it's the place, it's all of that, and it's none of that. It just is. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't have my tools, but they're present. The beautiful team.
Yeah, turn that hook.
Oh, there I go again. Not being of service. And that's okay, right? We're not always meant to provide, sometimes we gotta just be okay with us and where we are. Be here, be now type shit. Becoming what you are, become what you are. All of this ends up still playing a game. And instead of letting the game be a cacophony, create the symphony. Feel, hear, be the music. Dance. Yeah, Just take a little while. Breathe. Bring it in. Crankage. Alrighty. So. Yep. Suppose I'll plug in, there are, I mentioned on the mantle method, the hearth, the writing still happening, S.K. McQuaid, maybe one or two under my name as well, so it just depends. I got several little projects of creation happening, and that's kind of what I want to bring back in the forefront. Allowing yourself space. Not distance, not, release, but just natural, good space that is for you and what it can do for you. Creation without expectation. So yeah. Yeah. Just feel it, nurture it, give it back to the child that needs it. Oh, speaking of inner child, like that. So, oh God, something that brought me to fucking excruciating tears, man. Like, fuck. speaking with the inner child, holding the mantle, being that night. And it's not a white night, and it's not even a dark night. It's just a night, resolute in its own duty to perceive protection and the need to protect. Like I said, what's the shell that we create? What's that shell actually doing? Is it a crucible or is it a false shield? Because when I finally stopped fighting all the demons and giving them recognition and attachment, allowing grace to touch them without my presence, I realized there are no more enemies. There's solace in that hearth. I call it hearth and home because, when it comes down to it and we're in that foxhole, it's just you and God, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So yeah, I had a breakdown, man. It was magnificent. Like, so in all of this, I was fighting, and it's never not that we don't see our inner child, or that we don't recognize or acknowledge, but there's a word again. We tend to forget that inner child remains and is never wanting of protection. I mean, honestly, think back to it, the worlds you created as a child, regardless of intention or causality. The fucking whimsy. I suppose I should have waited till tomorrow because this feels like a whimsy Wednesday, but no, man, that's why it had to be now. It's Tuesday transformations because this isn't about me. It's about who we are, not me, not the speaker, not the a being of the fuckery that is this plaything. And oh god, so on that battlefield, as much like the little blurb I posted earlier, it's a space that holds the weary that the battlefield could, or on the weary in the battlefield that couldn't be tamed by peace, but are unwanted by war, and finally you fucking stop, and you turn around, and the whole time that inner child has been so much bigger than you. And you don't look down, but you look up and see that whimsy, that creation, that love, that innocence with an open hand. Not wanting, not needing, unapologetic, and ever knowing that this facade, this man, this woman, this existential crisis that put the need to be something more above what is and called it safety, called it growth. All that didn't matter, and we were just an empty shell that wanted to be held. So yeah, man, just Stop trying to hold the inner child and let him hold you, because we are what he created. Of course he's proud. Of course she's proud. We are. You, me, it, them, whatever. Yeah. I'm holding back my tides. Not for any reason, just, yeah, transformation, right? Let the tears not flow, but recede back to stillness. And the knowing. Isn't God good? Aren't we blessed? Getting back to God, getting back to that child, getting back to you. Doesn't mean meaning. There isn't meaning. There's questionings of existence and the chuckle. Yeah, so let it be like that. So, yeah. It's never enough, is it? Until we're alone. Until enough was just other. So yeah. Take a minute. Zach, if you're still there, we can visualize, but something tells me it's not necessary. It's already been seen. It's already felt. It's there, even before I decided to come live. So yeah, it's all right. You're all right. It's good to be. So yeah, we can. Yeah, let's do that. Let's reignite that fire in the hearth. It's burning. Take a deep breath. Smell the roots as they upturn the earth. The forest is old. The grove has been well tended, but not by man, by nature's unfolding. The life. Surreal and serene, without need of being. the connection of all interlocking things. It draws, not on parchment, but on a loom, the thread of a being that has no preference. Walk a little deeper. Feel the wind echo through halls of remembrance. The sounds of nature fading to the crackle of a fire kept warm without perseverance. There is no door, there is a threshold. One narrow but wider than the gaze. Something that you must slip through, unshackled, unburdened, but not rejecting. For at the threshold all are welcome. But to step past it is to witness self incarnated in the light, pure, unburned, unmarred, just present. To those that gather, their kindred, without pretense, without assumption, received without expectation. There is no other, there just is. Flame recognizing flame and being basked in its warmth. If refreshment is needed, it only need be asked. If solace and silence, sit quietly. But listen. The crackle, the hum, the laughter. The solemn sips of regret. Untold knowings of death and rebirth. Let it go. That is the armor for the outside world. And upon this mantle, this hearth, there is no title. There is no crown. There is no ascension. There just is. The old soul speaking to the unborn of who came first, who is who, and who's doing the asking. Reignite that child, that whimsy, that spark. Knowing it is placed in a forge, unbroken by time. A source of creation. Because that's what you are. Earth, home, forge, creation. It need not manifestation because it already is. It's the quiet whispers of God saying yes. Now be whole. It's the ache, the longing, the exhale without breath. Let your chaos fold. You're becoming unfold. And sit here for a while. Breathe. Just breathe. Breathe without breath. Breathe without the lungs. How does a fire breathe? By existing. So why do we constantly contradict our own existence, our own being, our own need for validation? When the simple truth is, did you wake up? God give you breath, and know that you have grace, and walk with it. And Tuesday transformations, it's not about the fancy words, it's not about the space, the place, the knowing. A good question for the soul work, for the hearth, for the home, for the weary and the dark, that even the wars have given up. What are you searching for that is not readily available? What is it that you seek? It doesn't burn bright in the darkest of nights. I'm not saying unshackle yourself from value or material or detachment's good and it's necessary, but not needed. Just truly be yourself. That's all. Just figure out what that means. Weave not just the threads, but the unspoken it's not for me to say, I suppose, because I've said enough, right? Yeah. So, without further ado, y'all, questions, answers, kumbaya, shabalabading, any of the above. Now's the time, I suppose. Un momento, por favor. So, space is pretty cool. Like I said, it's not mine. I tend it. I'm the caretaker, flame keeper, all that stuff. But these titles aren't mine alone and aren't me either. Even y'all, we know the truth behind it and all that, but yeah, yeah, man, it's cool. It's okay. Just, yeah. If y'all have any suggestions on the refreshments, but yeah, I like to keep it kosher. A little bit of me outside of me. Because it's not a space that I can give my love openly in abundance, and it's not meant for that, you know. So the love I feel I need to share in there comes through the cooking and the service and the partaking of communion. So it's not about me. I don't have anything to offer. You know, I've said all I've had to say many, many times, and riddled the mysteries of things. We all know this, and I will continue to do so, just for happenstance, and that's part of who I am. That's fun. I like throwing wrenches and things. I like, flipping the script. I like twisting the mind because it's so tightly braided that, let things unravel a little bit. For sure, preference, pretense, perception, all of these things are beautiful things indeed. Yeah. Well, Be well. Be good. Be good for yourself. Be good for the space you create. Be good without the need to be better. Cause your child, your source, God's whisper, the grace, all of that. You know, it's something that is remembrance. It's not an achievement. It's not a goal. It's not a destination. Even it more than is. Yeah. I'll be around. I'll be here. I did do a TikTok thing. Yeah. I think I have it pinned somewhere. So, yeah, but cool. Like I said, I got other little outlets. There will be creation abound, new, unfolding, becoming, revitalized, settling in the skin, bringing myself back to God. It's not in that my spirit wasn't whole, but that, sometimes we travel too far. We travel too much into the awakening that we do forget the body, and that's where the temple is. That's where the mission is. That's where God must be as well, and that's where we get these cloaks of needed judgment, retribution, guilt, and all that. Yes, these were factors of the things needed to sing your true song. And that's what I hope for the hearth. That beyond the presence, beyond the unshackling, not beyond the dismantling, the unmaking, unmasking, all of it, behind it all, that we remember the song. Not mine, not the one of place and space, but that one. Yeah. Precisely. So yeah, thank you. Know that I've been cognizant, recognized, and felt appreciated. And given forth the same. So, yeah, I'll do some good for you. Do some good for God, and let Him know it's alright. You see Him. You see you. And how He made you whole. Yeah. Y'all be good. Y'all be well. I'll see you soon.